Welcome to AP Computer Science. Everyone in this class is in the same boat. You'll share laughs, tears, and epiphanies with your classmates. You need them to succeed in this class. And even in your deepest, darkest times, remember it'll be all worth it in the end knowing you survived AP Computer Science. Oh, yeah, and there's this teacher guy too. He gets paid to help you, so make him earn his paycheck and ask him when you get stuck. So computers are very complex and interesting machines. Yet, as you learned in computational thinking, they're unbelievably stupid. An understanding of the possible problems associated with computers can be useful to avoid these problems in the first place. The topics for this lesson are hardware, software, networking, and ethics. Hardware is any computer component that can actually be physically touched. In order for a computer to do its job, it needs a designated location to store, read, and write the information that's being manipulated. The most common location is the random access memory, otherwise known as RAM. This is the primary memory that stores data as long as the computer is on. As soon as it shuts off, all the data is lost. Another form of memory is secondary memory. Differences between the primary and secondary are the speed of access, duration of the memory, and total capacity. Secondary is usually slower than primary, which makes it less ideal for processing jobs. However, secondary memory is usually higher capacity and doesn't need a constant current running through it to retain its memory, so it's useful for long-term storage. Secondary memory hardware comes in forms of the good old floppy disk, flash drives, and optical disks. The central processing unit, otherwise known as the CPU, is a very necessary component of computer hardware. The CPU, known as a computer's brain or central processor, conducts all the data calculations and processes the data held in the computer's memory. The CPU is housed in a silicon chip called a microprocessor. These components understand the basic computer instructions that they are provided by software. Even though CPUs are small, they contain millions of complex parts. Alright, now on to software. Software is the general term for all the computer instructions or data that exists on a computer. Software is the intangible parts of a computer. Software can range from computer games to word processors to the computer's operating system, which manages and controls all other software on the system. Operating systems have been evolving for years and have become more advanced. Major operating systems competing for the personal computer market today are various versions of Microsoft Windows, Apple Macintosh, and Linux. The main objective of this class is to teach students how to create their own computer software programs. This might sound a little tricky now, but you'll be coding in no time. I believe in you. One day you may thank this disembodied voice. But back to the present. When creating computer software programs, a language translator and compiler are required to convert Java code into software language that the CPU is able to understand. Without the aid of these tools, it would be necessary to program entirely in binary. Imagine writing and debugging code like that. On to our third topic. A network of computers is defined as two or more computer systems connected to each other in order to communicate and share data. Networks may be a simple linking of computers found close together, like at your home or school, or they may span large geographical areas. A wide area network, known as a WAN, consists of two or more local area networks, known as LANs. The largest WAN in existence is the Internet. Amazing, I know, it just blows our minds. It's an interconnected system of networks, which have been expanding around the world for the last couple of decades. There are millions of websites on the Internet today. Yet, unfortunately, the Internet is blurring the definition of network since a few clicks can connect the user to hundreds of different computers within a few seconds. There are many benefits of networking computers together. The most basic benefit is for sharing and communicating data. The Internet and the World Wide Web provide an efficient exchange of information that's been unprecedented. Another feature of networking that's becoming popular is called the thin client. This exists when a computer, called the client, is in a client-server network, has little or no hardware or software on it. The client's computer depends primarily on a centralized and managed host server for processing tasks. And last but not least, ethics. Don't hack, don't share anyone's personal information, don't DOS attack your school's website, don't send or download sketchy programs, and please just be a decent person.